So for today's video, I just want to talk about a roll that I saw just last night. It was pretty crazy roll. It was about 30 rolls of the dice, and time-wise, normally that would be about a 25 to 45 minute or 25 to 35 minute roll. In this case, it was approximately 20 minutes or so, just because of the types of bets that were on the table. So I don't have the roll in order, nor do I have every single number. There were only 4 numbers that stuck out of my head that I actually tracked how many times they hit. And I'm going to do a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a couple different strategies would have worked with these numbers. And then secondly, I want to show you how the table looked, how the bets were set up by the end of the roll. It's pretty disappointing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the 4 numbers that I know exactly how many times they rolled, and we're going to do those with a couple of different strategies. Now, the first thing is one of the players had a bunch of improper bets, and let me see if I can remember, and it was set up basically this way, although he actually nobody had a 10 bet. So he had a bunch of improper bets, and they were set up this way. Now, this was a $10 minimum bet table. Now, the maximum bet for the table was $2,000. Okay, so 2,000, 2,000, 24, 24. All right. So we're going to look at this, and I'm going to go over these numbers as if, whoops. I'm just going to go over these numbers just as they, the number of times they rolled, and show you what could have happened with them. All right, so this is what the player started out with. Greens. He did have improper bets. All right, so he started out with greens, and actually, let me slide these over. A couple other people had 1 or 2 minor bets, but again, I want to show you what could have happened with this roll. Then I want to show you how it actually went down. Now, I'm going to show this to you in a power press, a mid press, a power press, and a mid press, just to show you. Okay. So, and I'm going to go down the line. So, one of the numbers, 5. Now, the 5 rolled a total of 6 times. He rolled quite a few 5s. So let's take a look at this. So if we're starting out with a power press, then of course they're going to add. Now, I'm going to do a power press. I'm going to do a standard power press. So in some cases, there will be more money thrown in. Right? So power press, they're going to stack everything up. So quarter is going to go up to 60. Now, 60 is going to pay 84. This is a case where the second time it rolls, they're going to throw in another $6, and they're going to go up to 150. Now, the third time it rolls, this is where they start to collect a little bit. They only collect $10, right? And since they already threw in $6 more, we're just going to say they collected 4 right there. Okay? So, let's see, they went up to 60, then they went up to 150. Now they're going up to 350 after the third hit. So, the fourth hit is going to pay $490, right? $490. Now, this is a spot typically where the power presser is actually going to slow their power press down and just go up to 500. Okay. So that was the 4th hit. On the 5th hit, they're going to go up to 1,000, and they're going to collect their $200. And on hit number 6, they're going to go up to 2,000, and they're going to collect their $400. Okay. Notice when you're starting out with a green, you're already starting a beat ahead. You're basically starting 1 roll ahead of the lower level players. So, starting out with a power press, this player would have made $944. Now, what about a mid-press method? Okay, well, the first hit, go to 35. Okay. The second hit, going to go to 50. Third hit will go to 75. Hit number 4, it's probably going to go to 1 1/4. Hit number 5, this is the point where they're typically going to go all the way up. Hit number 5. So then hit number 6. Take it up to 500. There we go. So a mid-press player starting out with a green would have collected up $379. Now, if it were somebody starting out at $10, they're going to be a beat behind. They're not going to make it up to table max. Right? This player initially will go to a quarter, which is where this player started at. So their very first roll, they go up to a quarter. And then from there, they start pressing themselves up. So they would have made it up to the $1,000 mark. So if you take 400 out, because that's what they would have collected, that's what this player collected in the additional hit, that's how this player would have finished. So a player starting out at $10 would have actually finished with $544. Not too shabby. Now, the mid-press player is actually starting 2 beats behind the player that started out with a quarter, because they're not throwing in additional money. This player threw in $1 to go to a quarter right away. So this player goes from 10 to 15, then to 25. So they're actually 2 beats behind this player. So they're going to make significantly less, but they're still going to make money. They're still going to make money. Now, the 8 was a crazy one also, where it rolled 6 times. Okay. Now, similar to the 5, power presser is going to get up, but the power presser is not going to make it to table max. So they're going to collect a few blacks here and there at the spots where they don't quite power press, but actually go to a simpler number that makes a little bit more sense. This player is going to collect a little bit more just because they are in their mid press. They collect some and don't collect another. So the first roll, this player goes to 54. Second roll, this player is, as a power presser, likely going to go to something that's kind of going to make a little bit of sense and actually collect up a little bit. So they're going to go to 90. Okay. Now the third roll, take it up to 180. Now the fourth roll, $360. So that's 4 rolls. 4 rolls, they're up to $360. $360 pays $420. All right, so on roll number 5, this is where they're going to back it down, and they're just going to go to something that makes sense. Likely $600. So roll number 5, they're going to go to $600. And then roll number 6, they go to $1,200. So, $352. Would have made $352. Now the mid-press player starting out at an improper bet to begin with, a mid-press player in this instance getting paid their $29. Now chances are, if you're a mid-press player, you're not starting out at an improper bet. I do know power pressers will start out with a green on the 6 or 8 because you can immediately go all the way up to 54, which is a bet that makes some sense. So in this case, they'll go up to 42. That's hit number 1. Hit number 2, they go to 60. Hit number 3, go to 90. Hit number 4, go to 150. Hit number 5, go to 300, and then hit number 6, go up to 600. So a mid-press player starting out with that improper bet would still end up with over $200 just off of that one number. Now, this player is starting out a beat behind this power presser. But with the proper bet, they're going to go straight from 12 to 30, and then it's going to change things a little bit, but they're still likely going to end up at the same spot of 1,200, or they're going to end up at 600, possibly 900. Definitely no higher. Between 900 to 1,200. They're not going to make as much, but they're still going to make a little bit. Now, this mid-press player is starting out roughly 2 beats behind this player. So they're still going to make a little bit of money. I'm going to skip the 9 for a second. So that's where things got really crazy. Now, the 10, I'm not going to play this 10 out because there weren't that many 10s that rolled. But what was crazy about it was that we had 3 hard 10s back to back to back. That's why the 10 sticks out of my head. There were 3 hard 10s back to back to back. There were a total of 4 10s rolled. Total of 4 10s rolled, which means that nobody was even going to hit table max. You know, the closest might be this player up to 75, then they're probably going to 200, then they're probably going to 500, then they're going to 1,000. So they would have been at $1,000. Where it got crazy is the 9. The 9 rolled a whopping 10 times. 10 times. Let's look at how 10 hits of the 9 would play out, both with the bets that the player had and with the lower end bets, because the player did start out with a green on the 9. So, again, we are in the power press. 60, right? Throw in another $6 to go to 150. That's hit number 2. Hit number 3. Go to 350. Made $4 profit. Hit number 4. It's going to pay $4.90. We'll pay $5.90 for 100. Go up to 1,000. Hit number 5. Or I'm sorry, go up to 4. 500. Hit number 5. Go up to 1,000. Collect the 200. Hit number 6. Collect your 400. Go up to 2,000. Hit number 7, collect your 2,800 because you are at table max after 6 hits. So hit number 7, collect your 2,800. Hit number 8, collect your 2,800. Hit number 9, collect your 2,800. And hit number 10, collect your 2,800. Starting out where this player started out, a power presser would have finished with $12,119. $12,119. What about a mid-presser? Okay, well, mid-presser, hit number 1, go to 35. Hit number 2, go to 50. Number 3, go to 75. Number 4, go to 150. Number 5, go to 350. Yeah. Or possibly 250. In fact, likely 250 on hit number 5. Likely going to go to 250. Hit number 6 is where they're going to go to 350. Hit number 7, go to 500. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For hit number 8, now some mid-pressers at this point, they're up so much, they're just going to power press. But others, not so much. So we'll say this player on hit number 8 goes to 750, okay? Hit number 9, now they'll go to 1,000. And then hit number 10. Now at this point, they're likely to go to 2,000, because when you're one hit away from table max, you're probably just going to go there. So even somebody starting out with a mid press is going to make $2,524. $2,524. This player is going to, as a mid-presser starting out at $10, is going to make less, but is still likely going to clear over $1,000. The power presser starting at the table minimum is going to hit table maximum on the 7th roll, which means that while they're not going to collect $12,000, they are going to collect about $8,000, starting with a $10 bet. Okay? That is the reason why people do the power press. They're hoping for one number that beats the statistical likelihood. This one blew it out of the water. Really, if you're a power presser, you're just hoping one number rolls 7 or 8 times. You're definitely blown away when a number rolls 10 times. 10 times and you're just making insane money. Now, I promised you guys that I would show you how the table looked at the end of this roll. So, I'm going to start out with this side of the table and how their bets looked at the end of the roll. How did their bets look at the end of the roll? So, let me go ahead and clean this up. And there you go. That is how their bets looked at the end of the roll. Not a single person on this side of the table had any place bets. Not a one. Once the players, after this roll ended and a few other rolls happened, once players started coloring up, nobody on this side of the table bothered to color up, because even though they just caught a monster roll, the kind of roll that people that play dice a lot are actually hoping to catch and trying to catch, they actually didn't make anything. So they ended up losing all their money because they didn't make anything. They didn't make anything, so they had no exit strategy, no exit point, no winning condition of theirs. They were just on the dice table just to be on the dice table, just killing time and wasting money. Now, this side of the table. Told you this player started out with something like this. I actually don't think he had a 5. I think he had 6, 8, 9. How did he finish? At the end of his roll, that's where he was at. On the 5th 9 that rolled at $25, the other players on his side were basically begging him to press, so he finally pressed at 25. And then he pressed at 25, the next hit after that, next hit after that, and then stopped pressing it and left it at $100. It was just sad. I just showed you how even a mid-press player would make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a roll like this, and whereas a power presser would have made over $12,000. The biggest winner on this table was about $600 after this 30-minute roll. So it was absolutely insane and almost painful to watch. I hope you guys find this interesting, enlightening, illuminating. So for today's video, we're going to do the second of the real rolls that I managed to memorize so that I could write them down and show them to you guys. And to showcase why some of these strategies are built the way they are built. When it comes to the mid-press method, and especially the power press method, as we always say, we're not looking for the statistical likelihood of these numbers to roll. Like, for instance, the power press, if it went with the pure statistical likelihood, you pretty much need a 45-minute to an hour-long roll in order to hit table max. Those rolls come once every couple of months to accrue. What you're really looking for is you're looking for that roll that breaks the statistical likelihood. You're looking for that exceptional roll, which any roll that goes over 15 or goes over 6 rolls without a 7 is already breaking the statistics. You're looking for that roll where it not only breaks the statistical likelihood, but actually has one particular number, 1 or 2 numbers that really break that. And these kind of things happen every single night. We have so many rolls that are 12 to 15 minute long, so they're good rolls. They're really good rolls. Maybe once an hour, once every hour and a half, we have a 12 to 15 minute long roll going on in our table. And what we're hoping for is within that roll, we have one number that hits multiple times, far more than it should have. And if that happens, that's where these strategies really shine. So this roll that I'm about to show you guys happened the other night, last night actually for me, and it was only 20 rolls. So it was about 12 or 13 minutes, because what I'm showing you here, these strategies here, were not being played. The players on the table, some of them had a few place bets, some of them had nothing, or maybe a come bet or two. So basically with this roll, I can tell you this, with this roll and with the last roll that was in the other video I shot for you guys, nobody won more than about $150 on any of these on either one of the rolls. So I'm going to show you how an iron cross player would have managed it, how a mid-press player that's starting out with table minimum would have managed, how a mid-press player starting out in the green would have managed, how a power presser starting out at table minimum would have managed, and how a power presser starting out in the green would have managed. So this is how this roll went. I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit so I don't have to cut it short like I did on the last video. So come out roll, point established was a 6. So then a 9 rolled. So we had our iron cross player here. So they made $10. Okay. Now we've got our mid-press player. So the mid-press player is going to press it up 1 unit. Now the other mid-press player that's getting paid $35 is going to press it up $10. Power presser would throw in $1 and they would go up to a quarter. The other power presser, starting in the green, is going to go all the way up to 60. So the next roll after that was an 8. So the iron cross player loses there, wins 21. So they win $11 total. Okay. The mid-press player is going to press it up 1 unit. So they're going to go up to 18. This other mid-press player right here is going to make $23 because they are going to press it up to 42. They could throw in $2 and collect a green, but since I didn't have one sitting out there, we'll just do it that way. The power press player would throw in $4 and they would take their bet all the way up to 30. The other power press player starting in the green would throw in $1 and they would take their bet all the way up to $66. So after that 8 rolled was a winner 6. Okay, so a winner 6. So all these players, again, iron cross player is collecting $11. Mid-press player is collecting right there, it's collecting right there. Kind of fumble fingered that one. The other mid-press player would throw in $2. They throw in $2, and they're going to press up to 42. Power press player would throw in $4 to go up to 30. Other power press player would throw in $1 and go up to 66. So that was at the winner. So next was a 6 once again established. Now the iron cross player probably would not have their field on the timeout. So then they placed their field, and we immediately had another winner 6. So again, iron cross player makes $11 after replacing their field bet. Mid-press player that's sitting on an $18 bet is likely going to go up, because they're mid-pressing, they're likely going to go up to 30 and collect a little bit there. The other mid-press player is going to go up to 60 and collect a little bit. Power press player would throw in $1, go up to 66. This power press player would throw in $7. They would go up to 150. So now after the second winner, that's right, I remember this roll now. They once again had a 6 as the point. This was pretty fun. And what happened next were 2 8s in a row rolled. So $11. This player going up to 30. This mid-press player going up to 60. Power press player that started at table max would throw in another $1. This power press player would throw in $7, go up to 150. And then the next 8 that rolled, once again, iron cross player makes $11. Mid-press player would throw in $2. Since we don't have $2 sitting in their little kitty, we'll go ahead and just pay him 23. So they're going up to 42. Now this mid-press player right here is going to go from 60 to 90 is what most would do. Most would go from 60 to 90. This power press player right here would throw in the $7 in order to bring their bet up to 150. Now the player that's at 150, they're not going to have to throw in any money at this point because they're actually going to collect a green. Now they've already thrown in some, but they're actually slightly in the positive at this point, but it's pretty tight, pretty close. So after that 8 came a 5. So iron cross player once again makes $11. Mid-press player throws in $1, press it up, 1 unit. Other mid-press player would go to 36. Power press player would throw in $1. Other power press player would go up to 60. After that 5 came, oh yeah, this is where it got interesting. 3 8s in a row. Now I remember this because the shooter had bet the 4, the 5, and the 9. And they are throwing a ton of 8s. And then this one's 3 8s in a row. After they threw the third 8, they put a $12 8 down. So iron cross player makes the first one right there. So now this mid-press player would go to 60. And they would collect a little bit. This mid-press player is very likely going to go to 120. They might go to 150 on this. I'll be honest. If I was playing the mid-press, and I do that sometimes, I would have gone to 150. But we'll just say the 120. So this player is going to collect their green. This is the power press player that started out at table minimum. They go up to 300. This power press player is going to collect $50 because they're going to take their bet up to 600. Then another 8 came. So once again, iron cross makes $11 in profit. Mid-press player is going to go up to 90. I'm running out of some reds here, so mid-press player will go up to 90. Come on now. Player that's at 120 would go up to 150, so they're going to collect. Mid-press player collects. This player collects $50. They go up to 600. This power press player collects 100. They go up to 1200. And then the third 8 came in a row. Made their $11 right there for the iron cross player. Mid-press player goes up to 120. Now at this point, most mid-press players are actually just going to collect the green and go up to 300. At this point, most mid-pressers are up and are willing to go for it. Mid-pressers turn into power pressers once they are up a few blacks. Because if they're already mid-pressing, they have a tendency to just go for it. Power press player will collect 100, go to 12. The other power press player that started out in the green will collect 200. And they will go up to table max 2400. So that was the third one. Next came a winner 6. So everybody's going to get paid here. It's not going to get paid all of them. Well, it's some of them. So we've got $11 going to the iron cross player. Mid-press player is going to throw in $2. They're going to take their bet up to 42. And the other mid-press player will go up to 90. Power press player would throw in $7. Go up to 150. Power press player that started out in the greens is going to collect the green and go up to 300. So that was a winner 6. So after that, the point was 4. The point got established as a 4.
And a 10 rolled, so the Iron Cross player received their $10. Mid-press player, some would go up to a quarter, some are only going to press 1 unit. So we'll just press it 1 unit. Other mid-press player would throw in a green, and they would go up to 50. They would collect their green. I'm going to swap a couple of these out. It's 2 greens. Greens. Now, power press player over here is going to throw in $1. And power press player over here would throw in $1. I guess I'll just do this, even though we weren't really keeping track of the other ones that they threw. They would go up to 75. Swap a couple of these out real fast. That should be good enough. So after that 10 came, oh, lo and behold, an 8. So Iron Cross player makes their $11 after they lose the field and get paid. Mid-press player would go collect black and go up to 150. Other mid-press player would collect 50 and go up to 600. Power press player that started at table minimum would collect 200 and go up to 1400. And the power press player that is at 24 is going to just get paid 2800. So we'll pay them 3000 for 200 because they're already at table max. So next came a 6. So once again, Iron Cross player makes the $11. Mid press player will go up to 60. Other mid press player will go up to 20. Power press player will collect the green, go up to 300. And other power press player will collect 50 and go up to 600. And next came another 8. So at this 8, we got some interesting things going on here. Collect $11 and lose 10, pay 21. This player, mid-press player, would collect the green, go up to 300. This one would collect 100 and go up to 1200. And then this power press player is already maxed out, so they're going to collect 3000 for 200. And same thing with this power press player. They are already maxed out, so they can only throw in 200 and collect their $3,000. Now after this 8 came a 7 out, so the roll was over. Okay, so I know both these players threw in $4, $7 a few times. So realistically, you know, I'm just, even though they definitely threw in far less than 25, I'm going to take $25 away from each of them, just so we can show. So the Iron Cross player, now again, remember, nobody in this roll made more than $150 because nobody had a strategy. They would have a couple numbers they would place, and then that was it. Same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet. So let's take a look at what some of the standard strategies would have made. So an Iron Cross player in this instance, and again, this was only a 12 to 14 minute roll, so it was a good roll, it was a great roll, but it wasn't anything that just blows the doors off as far as, holy cow, we're throwing a duker here. Iron Cross player would have made $163. And that's not too shabby. Not too shabby on a $51 investment on their or $61 investment on their Iron Cross. The mid-presser that started out at table minimum would have made $422. Pretty good, starting out at 64 across. That's not too shabby at all. Mid-press player that started out in the green started out with 160 across would have made $696. It's really good, starting out 64 or 160 across. They would have made $696. Power presser that started out at 64 across would have made $3,167. $3,167 started at 64 across. This is why dealers power press, because we see these kind of rolls multiple times throughout the night. Power presser that started out in the green, started out at 160 across, would have made $6,024. $6,024 off a 20 roll hand that had some remarkable rolls. It was this 8 that really did it for him. Remarkable roll, but also less than 15-minute roll. Hope you guys find this interesting, amusing, entertaining, enlightening. Thank you.
What's going on, guys? I'm Louie here from Sin City Living, and today I'm just gonna play with myself. For those of you who have seen me play with myself plenty of times on camera, welcome back. I'm gonna play with myself with a little bit of craps. I'm gonna buy in for, call it 1,500. 1,500, and I'm just gonna go for it. $1,500. Alrighty. I am gonna play and leave my money right chunk. Alright, and I'm gonna play a quarter table and go for it. I'll start with 25 on the line and a $10 C&E because I can, and I'm just gonna pick these two. And we'll roll them. 7. Winner 7, pass line winner. So I went up here, I lose there. Stack that up, lock that up. Back up on my C&E for $10. Let's do it again. 4 easy, 4. Mark it up, 0.04. So now I'm going to do a $75 odds. And I want to go for it a little bit. Yeah, I gotta go for it. 650 across, let's do it. I'll go for myself here because I'm kind of down in the, oh, my money's on the pass lines over there. And I'm gonna go for it now. Come on, baby. Oh, before anything, let's go a $10 hard 4 all day. 6 the hard way. Alright. I'm gonna just give myself a quarter and go all the way up to 300. $8 easy. Same thing. I'm gonna give myself a quarter. Go all the way up to 300. 2 craps, aces, both places. Double it. 4, winner 4 came easy. So I'm running low on black over there, so I'm gonna give myself one of these and just size it in. Lock that up. And let's do a quarter, 1 high 12. My hard 4 is gonna stay working because I can't get paid unless I work. 8 easy 8. Mark it up, 0.8. I'm gonna take that down. I'm gonna go 100 on the 4. And let's see, my 112 is down. And I'm gonna go 125 odds. Alright. My hard 4 lost. 4 easy 4. I'm gonna throw in $5 and press my 4 and 10. God, I love. Oh no, no, I love playing craps. $10 hard 8. 8 oh, 8 hard winner. Winner 8 came hard. Woo. Look at the timing on that. And I'm gonna parlay that thing all the way up to $100, just cause why not? I'm running low on my green over here. Add another stack of that bad boy. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna do check change 50. I'm running low over here. Let's do another quarter, 112. Hard way's working, of course. 555. Mark the 5, point of 5. Horn bed is down. I'm gonna take that, go 150 on the 8. Buck 25 odds. Oh no, I can't go buck 25. I'll go 100 odds. Well, you can depending on where you go, but I'm gonna go 100. 2, 4, 5. 10 the hard way. Yeah, buddy. 400. 410. And I'm gonna collect on that one. 3 crabs, ace and a deuce. 7 out, son of a gun. It's okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see how much I had in action over here. I'll count my hard way. 1,200 in action, not bad. Considering I started off with 650 across with pass line bet. Okay, not bad. Where am I sitting at now? I'm up about $1.25, $1.45, or $1.30, something like that. That's just see any for dime. I'm gonna stay on the pass. I'm gonna mix up these dice. And I'm gonna pick these two. 8 hard. Mark the 8. Point of 8. Hard 8 is down. I never had one to begin with, but alright. Same thing. I'm gonna go across. Alright, go $25 hard 8 all day. Come on, hard 8, baby, come on. 10 easy. 5. I'm just gonna take that all the way up. 999. This one I'm gonna take to 150. Just cause that is not my money. 10 easy. Sweet. For 15. Actually, let's go with the same bet on that one. Yeah. 8, winner 8 came easy. Sweet. Hard 8 money on. Let's see. Not bad, Louis. Not bad at all. Let's do a quarter seat this time. 5. Mark it up, point of 5. That's down. I'm gonna go $100 odds. 150. And dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. 8 easier. Let's collect a little bit. No, I won't throw that in. I'll go to 180 and I'll just collect $1.50 or $1.45 since I threw in 5. 7 out. Damn it. It's a good thing I did a little mid-level press. Not bad. think I'm ahead by a little bit. I need a chuck change, 25. Quarter on the line. $10 to me. And mix up the dice. These are the ones that say 7. Yo, 11. Pass line winner. Yo. Let's see. I get $70. Press it up. Pressing it up. 20. I only want quarter, they do. 555. C&E down. $100 odds. And actually, let's go for a little smaller this time. Little 270 across. This time I'm gonna just go crazy. Oh, no, go crazy. 2 craps aces. 8 hard. Let's take it up. I believe it's $5 change. $5 winner. Winner 5. Yeah. Horn high, 12 for quarter. $7, winner 7. I'm gonna push, keep myself up over there. Oh, I made a little mess. 6 easy. And let's go. 25. 112 is gone. Put that up. 999. I'm gonna throw in $5. And go all the way up. Two craps, aces, both places. 8 easy. I'm gonna give myself 25 change. Give me the 300. 2 craps. 100 for a deuce. And let's just press the 4 and 10. Bring them 100 each. $10 the hard way for 5, 300. $6 easy, winner. Totaling 175. It's the lazy route. Winner at 12 for a quarter. 6 the hard way. Mark the 6. 125. Quarter hard 6 all day. 10 the hard way. Oh, I should have bet the hard 10. I'm gonna take it to 500 for 15. 400 change. 500 change. 555. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a quarter and just get change. And over abundance of green. And that'll not right over here. Over here. Right here. 7 out. Dang. When I got up to the freaking. Not bad. This is down 2. Okay, let's see how much I had in action. Okay, I got 1,200, 1325 in action. Where am I sitting at now? After a $1,500 buy-in. And there's my 2 G's. 2170. I'm up a little bit. Just a little bit. Quarter they do. One high dose. Give me some new dice, some new dice. Dagos, Espanol. Foe. Easy. Marty foe. 75 odds. Let's go for it a little bit. Alrighty. 2 craps aces. This is now, by the way. 6 the hard way. Giving myself a quarter for 200, going to 300. 3 craps, ace and a deuce. 6 easy 6. I'm gonna go to 450. 12 craps. Yo 11. Parlay though, oh jeez. 7 out. Oh, I thought I was gonna get onto something right there. Not as much in action. 8. Yeah, 1,050 in action. Not too bad. Quarter they do. 1 high 12. I'm gonna just stick with the same dice. 6 easy. Mark it. $1.25. Alright. Give myself 100 too many. I got it like that, you know what I'm saying? Hard 6 all day for a quarter. 8 easy. 200 for 25. Going to 300, 25 change. 4 easy. 200 for 5, going to 300. 7, son of a gun. Oh man. I thought I was on to something there. Where am I at now? Okay, this is what I'm doing. Get new dice. That's down 2. Get this one right here. Quarter they do. I'm gonna set myself up. Okay. Actually, let's do this. So, 50 change. And whatever hits, we'll fix it. So, that's all I got left. 6 hard. Okay. And I'll get 25 odds. Got 6 all day for a quarter. Let's do it. 10 easy. Alright. 10 again. 600 for 15. Going to. Actually, let's just go to 5. Yo, 11. Come on, I just need another 10, baby. Another 10. Yo, 11. 6 winner came easy. Hard 6 is down. And a total 175. Okay. 112. 3 craps, ace and a deuce. That's done. I got 55 coming my way. 7 winner 7. Push. I want to keep myself up here. 10 easy. I'm going to take the 500. 150. 75 odds. Yo, 11. That one at 12 should have been gone. 7 out. Son of a bitch. Alright, well. Let's see. Where am I sitting at now? 1,025. I gotta go for it. 12. Come on, baby. Last roll. 7 winner. I'm gonna push. 10 hard. Mark it. Let's give myself the old cross. Um, 75. 4 all day. Or 10 all day, actually. And let's get it going, baby. 3 craps, ace deuce. 7. Son of a gun. Well, after a 20 minutes of rolling, it was up and down, up and down, up and down. It was really exciting, not gonna lie. And I'm left with 225. Bought it for 1,500. 20 rolls, or 20 minutes later. Left with 225. At that point, I would just chunk it in the field, or chunk into the field, or go for a Hail Mary horn bet or something along those lines.
So for this week's video, I want to go over some real rolls that I had, and that I was a part of, and I want to show some strategies that could be used. Some of the more common strategies that would be used for playing dice, and how they would have performed with these particular rolls. And I want to show why with all of these strategies, like when we show these strategies, we show them on the statistical likelihood, 15, 30, 45, and 60 roll hands without a 7, and how the statistical likelihood of various numbers coming. But we also point out that the whole point behind almost any of these strategies that involve any sort of pressing is that you're looking for those rolls that break the statistics, the rolls where you have a number hit a certain number of times within 30 rolls instead of 60 rolls that it normally would take, or hit a certain number of times within 10 rolls instead of 30 rolls. Because that's where these strategies, while they look fantastic when you get every number up to table max and you're collecting money, in reality these strategies, people are really just looking for one number. They're really looking for one number to really make it and hit. So the last time I worked, I was doing my best to memorize rolls that came up, and actually ended up giving me a headache. It's really tough because so many rolls really didn't have anything going on, and then I had to hold on to that in my memory until my next break so I could try and write them down. So I only managed to get 2 of them. One of them turned out to be 22 rolls, and one of them turned out to be 20 rolls. And I can tell you now, both of them, normally we would say 22 rolls, we're looking at about a 25-minute hand. The 22 roll one was about a 14-minute hand. And the reason for that was there were not a lot of players doing much as far as betting goes. We had decent number. I mean, every single player had a few place bets, or I think one player was a come bet player. But nobody was doing any presses other than some real standard, press me 1 unit or something every so often, not even every roll. So we were getting really fast rolls. So both of these rolls were less than 20 minutes. So both rolls that I'm going to show you were relatively quick in the grand scheme of things as far as good rolls go. So I want to show them with a couple of different strategies. I'm going to show them and I'm going to start at table minimum, and actually I'm going to do them 2 different ways. I'm going to do them at table minimum, which was $10, and then I'm going to do them as if the player did 130 or 135 across, playing with the green, because we get that also when someone buys in for say 1,000 or so. And I'm going to show the iron cross, mid press, and a power press method. And I'm going to try and show for all these. Hopefully I can get both of these rolls into one video. If not, then I'll shoot a second video for it. So here is how the first roll went. So come out roll, I'm not going to worry about pass line bets. Okay, come out roll, point got marked as a 6. So first we're going to look at the iron cross player. So we'll do an iron cross player right here, standard iron cross. Then we're going to do a player doing 64 across and player doing 160 across, and these are the mid pressers. Okay, and then we're going to do the same 64 across, only this time this player is the power presser and 160 across, and again the power presser. So this is how it's going to work. We've got our field bet player, mid press starting at table minimum, mid press starting in the green, power press starting at table minimum, power press starting in the green. So let's look at this roll. So after the point was established, the next roll was a 4. So the iron cross player collected their $10. The mid press player got paid $19 because it was a buy, and so they got paid $19. So the mid press player would press it 1 unit, and same thing with the player starting in the green. As a mid press player, they're likely going to go to 35 and collect this green right here. I'm going to leave these right here so they're within view of the camera. Then we've got our power press player. So our power press player would have thrown in another $1, and they would have gone up to $30. And then we've got the power press player over here. Same thing, they're going to throw in $1. They're going to go up to $75. Okay? So the next roll after that was a 4. Oh, now I remember this roll. I remember this roll. 3 4s in a row to start off with, and all 3 of them were hard. All 3 rolls were 2 2s. Because I remember making the joke of, well, that's the parlay that got away because not a single person was, oh no, one person was on the hard ways. They did all the hard ways for $1 and they collected. There's no parlay involved in that. And I looked at that, but man, that would have been a fantastic parlay, but you never know. So this is the way it goes. So with the second 4, once again, the iron cross player gets paid there. So next we've got the mid press player. So the mid press player would get paid $29, and at this point they're going to collect and go up to a quarter. Try and keep the money separate so I can color it up when I need it. And then the other mid press player is going to get paid $68. And they are likely going to go up to $50 and collect the rest. Now the power press player is going to get paid $58, likely going to throw in the $2 so that they can get their $60, and with the $60, take it up to $90. So the power press player is in the hole still, as will the next power press player. So this person is going to get paid $146. They're going to throw in $4 to make it $150, and this power press player would likely go to $200. Next roll was another 4. So again, this player is getting paid on the field. Mid-press player would throw in $1, take it up to $50, collect that one. The other mid-press player would throw in $2, take it up to $100 and collect the $50. The power press player, so this player is going to pay $4 in a vig, right? And they're going to get paid $186. Okay, so we're going to cut out $186. And what do they have to work with? This player goes to $300. They throw in some of their profit. They're actually in the hole because they had to throw in a few dollars. And the other power press player, the one that started with $300, is going to get paid $390, right? $390. So this player is very likely going to collect right here and just take it up to 500 because it makes it easy at this point. Okay, easy. Easy is good. So the next roll after that was an 8. So Iron Cross player loses here, but gets paid, so they put their cross back. So the mid-press player right here would go a press 1 unit type of situation. This mid-press player right here would likely go to 42. We're running out of ones. So they're going to get paid 35. They're going to go to 42. They're going to collect the rest. This player is a power press player, so they are going to throw in more money, and they're going to go straight up to 30. And this player is going to throw in $1. They're going to take it up to 66. Okay. Now, after that came a 5. So on a 5, Iron Cross player loses, replaces. Let me switch some of this stuff out so I have a little bit more ammo. Okay, so Iron Cross player. Now we've got the mid-press player. The mid-press player will press a 1 unit. This mid-press player, who is, I don't know why I set that up, that should not be there. This mid-press player would go to 36, collect their green. This power press player would throw in $1, go to a quarter. And this power press player would just stack it all up. So after the 5 came another 4. This was an interesting roll. So this player would have, Iron Cross player would have gotten their 10. Mid-press player would throw in 2 for 100 and would go to 100 most likely. Other mid-press player would throw in 5 for 200 and most likely would go to 200. Some mid-press players might just go to 100 on that or 150 on that, but a lot of them are going to go to 200 on that because they're still collecting a black, so they're happy with that. Right? So this power press player is getting paid $585. Let's go ahead and cut out $585. And then when you look at what they've got available, most likely, most of them are going to go to 750. Some of them are going to go all the way. They're going to go 800, 875, something along those lines. But most of them are going to go to 750, especially because this table was a $2,000 max bet, and that's what they're keeping in mind. Now, this power press player is going to throw in a green to get paid $1,000 and stack it up, all of it, because again, power press. That's the goal. Now the next roll after that was a winner 6. Right? So the point would come off. Now let's look at how these would have paid. Iron Cross player, mid-press player, other mid-press player, sorry, I'm speeding up just a little bit. I usually do these super slow, but I don't want to run out of time. This is a power press player. Or I'm sorry, I'm over here. This is a power press player, so they're going to throw in money. They're going to throw in $4. Let's just take it out right now. And this player would throw in $1. I'm not going to bother making change there. They would throw in $1, and they would go all the way up to 66. So now we had a cut. Next we have a come out roll. The come out roll came out to be a 5. So nobody's getting paid because most people weren't working on that. This player would have lost if they had a field bet. A lot of Iron Cross players won't have a field bet on the come out roll. So however you want to play it. Next roll after that was a 10. So Iron Cross player paid. Mid-press player paid 19. Collect some. Mid-press player, throw in $1, go to 50. Power press player, throw in $1, go to 30. Other power press player, let's say throw in those $2 and the other one earlier, go all the way up. After that came a 6. So, iron cross player would have made 11. I'm not going to keep taking that. Just would have made 11. Mid press player at this point is going to go up to 30 because they're still collecting some. This player is going to go up to 60, also a mid press player. Power press player is going to throw in $1. Not going to make the change. And come all the way up. This power press player is going to throw in $7. Just since I have it, we'll go ahead and grab the change. But obviously, I don't feel like breaking down those 5s because I have camera time issues here. And they would go all the way up. So they would throw in the $7 to go all the way up to $150. Okay. Now we had another 4 roll. So another 4 rolls. So iron cross player is going to get paid their $10. Mid press player is going to throw in 5, press it up 100, collect a black. Other mid press player is going to throw in 10. They're going to collect 400, and either go to 3 or 400. We'll say this player would go to 400. Now this power press player has a vig of $37. Okay, going to have to pay $37. Don't have it sitting here, so I'm just going to say they'll throw in their 37. We could always make change out of this. They're going to throw in their 37 in order to get paid $1,500 and go to table max. Table max was $2,000. In fact, I'll take 37 out of here just for fun. Now this other power press player right here, their vig is going to be $75. Okay? $75 on a vig. Don't have it sitting here, so we're going to take it out of the payout. Okay, so this would pay $2,925. Now, 2,000 is the next table max. So this power press player would be at table max. Okay. Next came a 10. So once again, this player makes their $10. This player is a mid press player, so they're going to go up to a quarter. This player is also a mid press player. Let's say they throw in throw in a 5, so they would get 103. They would go to 100. Power press player over here would throw in $2 in order to get paid 60, all the way up. Power press player over here would throw in $4 in order to get paid 150. So we'll pay it 200, 450. Go up to 200, collect a quarter, most likely. Next came another 4. So another 4 hit. So this player, well, first we've got our iron cross player, is going to make their $10. So now the mid press player throws in their $2 to collect their 400. And again, either going up to 100 or going up to 300 or 400. We'll say they go up to 400 so they can collect their blacks. This player throws in $20 for their vig. And they're going to get paid $800. Okay, $800. As a mid press player, this player has quite a bit to work with. Likely, a lot of them, honestly, are going to go to 500. I'm not going to get too creative with it because most of them absolutely would go to 500. Now we've got a power press player over here. They are already at table max. So they're going to throw in 100 and they're going to collect $4,000. Same thing for this player over here. They're going to throw in 100 and they're going to collect $4,000. Swap this one out. And okay, I've just got a few minutes left in the video. So I'm actually going to just kind of fly through this to show you guys the last couple things. So next roll was a 9. Next two rolls were a 9. So the iron cross player, and of course, and these guys mid press up a little bit and power press up over here to really no avail. And another 9 came right after that. So again, iron cross makes $10. These guys mid press up a little bit more. They would have gone from 15. Now they would have gone 10 to 15. Now they would go to 25. They would have gone to 36. Now they would be going to 50. And then same thing. These guys are power pressing. They're not collecting anything. And then the kicker, another 4 came. So these guys are going to mid press. This player is likely going to go up to probably 1,000 at this point. And this player also would go up to 1,000. Both of these players are going to collect their $4,000. So now they would have collected $8,000. Or this player would have collected $8,000. This player didn't collect quite so much last time around. Oh no, they were already at table max as well. So they're collecting even more money. Next was a winner. So the point came off, winner 5, so these guys did their usual stuff. Then an 11, then a 0.6, and then another 4 came. So once again, these guys collected $4,000. Now both of these guys would have collected 1,000 because they would then press up to table max. They would have been at 1,000, press it up, collect 1,000. So these guys would have made some money too. And then came the 7 out. So this roll again was less than 15 minutes long. About 12 to 14 minutes if I remember correctly, because I remember that stick person got 3 shooters out of what was going on. So less than 15 minutes. Iron cross player makes, I know I skipped a few, so it makes like 150, 175. Mid press player starting at table minimum is going to make $500, $600, $700, which is not bad at all. Mid press player starting in the green is going to make over 1,000, not bad. Power press player starting at table minimum is looking at probably making around $10,000, and the power press player starting in the green is going to make about $15,000, 14 or 15,000. So that right there is the whole point behind so many of these strategies, the power presses and the mid presses, is not that we're looking for the 50-minute roll, but we're looking for the shorter roll that just breaks the expectations and has one specific number roll far more than statistical likelihood. So I hope you guys find this interesting. I will have another video with another